Well, welcome back to the Prospect Hut. Hope you like this video, and of course, subscribe. One thing that we're learning, just as an organization, what David Stearns wants to do with his pitching, he doesn't want to spend a lot of money on pitching. And I think that he did this in Milwaukee. He wants to develop his pitching, develop his bullpen pieces from the ground up. He doesn't want to spend a lot of money. He doesn't want to waste money, because the biggest waste of money is on older pitching. And we know that as Mets fans. Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer can tell us, that situation. But the Mets have a bit of an interesting bullpen situation going on right now in Double-A. And, of course, the Double-A team is the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. It used to be the Binghamton Mets. For some reason, they turned them into a horse. But this is according to Mets Rise. Rumble Ponies bullpen packed with potential MLB talent. Let's see. David Stearns and the Mets are now known for the developments of their pitching lab. The Mets have already seen the effects of it at the Major League Baseball level. Breathe a new life to the careers of Sean Manaea, Luis Severino, Clay Holmes, Griffin Canning, pitched great, and other starting pitchers over just the last season and change. But it's not just the stars. One of the hallmarks of a successful organization is the ability to develop quality relief pitchers in its minor league system who go on to pay dividends at the major league level. The emergence of Reed Garrett is one example of this, who toiled for years, jumping from organization to organization without finding any success in the big leagues. And then it's Jose Butto to Daniel Nunez, who were both instrumental to last year's success and should continue to be big contributors. Although I would mention Nunez is in the minor leagues right now. He's not ready yet. Despite the latest struggles, despite the latter's recent struggles, developing your own relief pitchers rather than trading for them or paying a premium free agency is massive. The Mets look to be heading in the right direction. Right now in Double-A Binghamton, the Rumble Ponies have a stable of arms in the bullpen who could one day be pitching in Queens. Now we're going to take a look at some of these guys, and this is going to be a fun video right off the bat. The first, the best, and most well-known of the bullpen arms in Binghamton is Ryan Lambert, an 8th-round pick out of Oklahoma in the 2024 MLB draft. It's immediately signed Lambert to high-A Brooklyn a little over a month after he was drafted. An age where most pitchers are shut down for the rest of the season following the draft, the Mets were aggressive with Lambert. He shoved, appearing in 2 games and throwing 2 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts. Returned to Brooklyn to begin 2025, made quick work of the level, on just earned run, and 4 base runners in 8 innings, while striking out 17. He was then promoted to Binghamton. Bingo. So far, he's matched the dominance for the Rumble Ponies, also giving up just 1 earned run in 8 innings. The strikers aren't quite at the unsustainable level they were in Brooklyn, which was a result of him simply being too good for the level, but he's still punching out over a batter per 9 innings and Double-A. Lambert's calling card is his velocity. He sits in the high 90s and he can hit triple digits and get over 20 inches of IVB, making it a true elite fastball. He also has a hard slider that's a plus pitch and can work against both lefties and righties. It might be unlikely, but it's not completely out of the question Lambert will pitch in the big leagues this year. Well, we'll say it's a possibility. Next up, the converted starter. Also in Binghamton is a former starting pitcher who, for the first time in his career, is being used exclusively as a reliever, and he's excelling. Douglas Orellana, a 23-year-old righty from Venezuela, had a great but abbreviated 24 season for Brooklyn. In 13 appearances, Orellana threw 38 2/3 innings with a 1.86 ERA and 49 strikeouts. However, he didn't throw a pitch after July 5th. If he had one bugaboo last season, it was walks. And that's changed this season. Last season, he sported an 11% walk rate. This season's cut in half, down to 5.5%. Orellana's made 11 appearances so far this season and turned in a 1.66 ERA and a 0.80 whip, 23 strikeouts and 16 and 3rd innings. His strikeout rate is up, home run rate is down, and his opponent's batting average is way down. Orellana's taking the next step. He has a mid-90s fastball with a unique shape that has ticked up recently and hit 97 miles per hour in spring training, maybe a result of his move to the bullpen. as well as a curve that can be a good offering, but his slider is his best pitch. That's nothing new. It's been his best pitch throughout his minor league career, and it's continued to be a big reason for his success. It's probably less of a chance he makes his big league debut this year with Lambert. His move to the bullpen soon, it wouldn't be surprised to see the Mets take it slow with him. Next year, though, is definitely a possibility, if not likely, if he keeps pitching like this. There's also a pair of arms who started the season with the Brooklyn Cyclones, dominated, and have recently been promoted to Binghamton. Anthony Nunez, a former infielder in the San Diego Padres organization, has reemerged as a pitcher, and his stint in Brooklyn was about as good as it gets. Nunez started the year of a scoreless and hitless outing, and then he threw another, and then 3 more. It took his 7th appearance in 10th inning of the year to finally give up a hit, and then another 3 appearances and innings to give up his first earned run. Overall, Nunez posted a 0.63 ERA in 14 and 3rd innings, with the Cyclones striking out 25 while also allowing just 3 hits and 5 walks. He was promoted to Binghamton on May 12th and has pitched twice with the Rumble Ponies, giving up 2 hits and 1 run and 2 innings of work. Promoted to Binghamton along with Nunez was Dylan Ross, the Mets' 13th round pick in the 2022 MLB draft. Ross didn't make his professional debut until the very end of last season after undergoing Tommy John surgery, and it was quite the debut. He struck out the side. He continued that dominance into this season, and 10 appearances and 11 2/3 innings for the Cyclones. Ross posted a 1.54 ERA. Just amazing numbers. Ross is a flamethrower, pumping in a high 90s fastball that has gotten up to 102 as recent as this week. He paired that velocity with a lead extension from a 6'5" frame, making it just a truly devastating pitch. He has made 2 appearances for the Rumble Ponies since his promotion, hasn't given up a run, surrendering just 1 hit while striking out a pair in 2 innings. Ross and Nunez are at least a year, if not 2, away from being considered for the big league squad if everything goes well. Right now, they're looking like legitimate future pieces of the Mets bullpen. So this is very exciting stuff, quite frankly. And if you're a Met fan, you want to be able to pump out these players, especially the pitching. You've got to be able to continue to feed into the major league team. So you bring in pitchers that maybe you sign as a non-drafted free agent, or you sign a minor league free agent like Anthony Nunez, who was as a position player. You bring in guys, you draft guys that throw hard, you draft guys that have high upside, and this is how you build a bullpen. And in fact, the best thing you could probably do is draft starting pitching, and eventually, if they don't do well, you feel like they only have really 2 good pitchers, then you can put them in the bullpen. There have been many players that were like that. Jeurys Familia, was a starter in the minor leagues, and the Mets gave him a chance to be a reliever, and he became a very good reliever with the Mets, and he was very good for 2-3 years. One of the best relievers in the game for a while. Led the league in saves in 2016. And a big reason why they went to the World Series was a guy that was a starter. You put him in the bullpen, and you were able to maximize, and he stayed healthy, fairly healthy in his career with the Mets and the Phillies and the A's, and really never had any injuries, and kept his arm in pretty good shape. Nothing, no catastrophic injuries. He didn't have to get any kind of Tommy John surgery. He had a very good career. But these guys are going to get their shot if they stay healthy. That's the big thing, obviously. So a lot of exciting things going on in the Mets minor league system. And some of these guys, you might see them this year. Also keep an eye on Raymond Gomez, the guy who was throwing 104 miles an hour in Port St. Lucie. He's now in Brooklyn. And we'll keep an eye on him. Just an incredible arm. And but you need to subscribe to the Prospect Hut. You'll learn about all this stuff here. And of course, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later.